So I decided to pull up on Ford, given that the calling method hasn't really worked out in my favor. So I back into this spot real quick. Day 40 of my EV recovering from the winter freeze. Right.
When the system's off, when the high voltage battery's off.
So if something would have run that down, just that 12 volt battery, then it's just non-responsive. Once you jumped it and the high voltage system kicked in and you drove it, it'll recharge that 12 volt battery.
Right.
That's probably what happened, and that's probably why you haven't had any issues since.
You mentioned with the drainage, what would be the cause of that?
A door that's not quite open or not quite shut all the way, if like the lights stay on, there's lots of things that can stay on that'll drain that battery down. If you're walking up to it with a fob or anything like that, it kind of keeps that whole system alive. So if you leave them for a few days and it's really cold out, it taxes that small battery. That's about all we can check on it at the time, if it's, perfectly fine now.
If the idea of the door being open or something, which wasn't the case, but let's hypothetically say that was the case, or that wasn't the case, but the battery dies, but then you're able to jump in and it works perfectly fine. That's more so a contributor of those outside variables, such as the door being open, the code, not necessarily the battery itself or the car itself.
Typically when a battery dies like that and then you jump it, it doesn't get better. Jumping it'll give it enough that everything turns on. But if you have a bad battery, you'll kind of continue to have issues like that. So usually jumping it and then driving it.
And if it works fine after that, that means it's fine.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it's running fine is just how it works.
Yeah. Probably just some sort of oddity.
He said a full car diagnostic isn't really an option unless there's a check engine light or the car just isn't working in some way.
Posting my EV every day until I reach 500K subs, then renting a crane to drop my car in a dumpster.
Buying Adley.